It's not scary.
How's it going? You all right?
Just a little bit nervous of new people still, but...
Yeah, and very noisy baby. Okay. It's very sad, but this poor little girl has come from a puppy farm, which doesn't surprise me because I can see her abdomen is quite baggy. It's clear that this very young dog has had multiple litters, and it's also very much at the hands of someone who's incredibly unscrupulous. It really is a travesty.
It's really sad to see her in like such a bad condition, obviously, and she was much skinnier and had a lot less hair when she first came in as well. Luckily for Ethel and her sister and a few other dogs, they found their way to All Dogs Matter to find new homes. It was clear that she was in the worst condition with the mange and being so severely underweight. So she came straight into foster care with me.
Ethel really isn't the picture of health. She's very thin, so she's probably had a very poor diet, but also her skin is really bad. And also it's very patchy where the hair has fallen out as a result of a mange mite infection. Well, it looks like you've got the mites under control, which is great. You can see some new hair growth growing back, but that's not her biggest issue, which I can now hear.
Yes, I say when you come closer, exactly, that's the first thing you sort of notice about her is that slight sort of grunty snort. But she really does struggle, and it sounds awful, even though maybe she doesn't show us that, you know, it is maybe difficult for her.
So at rest, she makes this much noise.
Yeah, her body shakes, and she sort of really seems to be struggling to just breathe normally.
Yeah, well, it's one of the occupational hazards of looking like that when you don't have a nose and you don't have much of a nostril either, do you, sweetie? It means that you can't get enough air in. Can I have a listen to your chest first, Mrs. Thankfully, her heart sounds nice and clear, doesn't it, sweetie? But that's after I take into account all the huge amount of noise that's coming from up here. It's like she's snoring while she's awake, which is clearly not normal. There is a real rise in the popularity of flat-faced dogs. Therefore, a lot of dog-owning public and people that see them on the street go, oh, it's normal for them to make that much noise, and it really isn't. And certainly in Ethel's case, any point when she's at exercise, she's going to struggle to get the amount of oxygen she needs into her system, and that can mean that it can become life-threatening. So basically what I think we're going to need to do is to give her an anaesthetic back at the practice in Richmond, look down the back of her throat and likely find an elongated soft palate.
So it's almost like a blockage, sort of, so she can't fully breathe in or fully breathe.
And every time she does, it sort of
catches,
flaps away, it catches, it goes into the trachea, the windpipe as well, which is one of the reasons why she's making so much noise, and potentially trim that. And alongside that also, you can see how her nostrils are almost little slits. What we need to do is just open them up, and those two procedures together will hopefully increase the amount of oxygen she takes in with each breath and reduce some of the sort of reverberation that you can hear.
It's a lot easier for her.
And make it much easier for her to breathe. Hey, sweetheart.
Well, we're really so lucky that there is a procedure that can help Ethel, because it will make a huge difference to her life, especially when she goes on to a new home where hopefully, you know, she'll have some dog friends to play with. And if she can, you know, run around and act like, you know, a dog should, then it will make all the difference for her life in the long run.
Not only are you a princess living with Rowena, getting consultations in the park, but now you're going to have a nose job as your first veterinary procedure.
Get your nostrils done, lucky girl.
Yes, but all for a very good cause.
Come on, Kev. What's this? Hey, hello? What's that?
In St Margaret's, one of Scott's feline patients, Kevin, isn't enjoying being housebound.
Hey, buddy. We've been under doctor's orders not to let him outside, and he's not very happy about it at all, bless him. He's absolutely desperate to get back out.
Owner Jonathon has been restricting Kevin's visits outside after the lively Tabby had a mysterious accident 2 weeks ago.
We heard a loud bang outside. He came bursting through the kitchen window, came into the living room, really short of breath, and just was completely unwilling to put any weight on his back legs. So it was a little bit traumatic for him and for me, actually. You want to go outside, mate?
Jonathan took Kevin to see Scott, who prescribed anti-inflammatories and rest.
No, it's tough being indoors, mate. He spends the vast majority of every day looking out the window longingly and meowing. Yeah, I think it's going to be good for both of us when he can finally be let outside again. Come on, mate. Don't run away. Come on, mate. We're going to see Scott. In you go. Come on. Good boy.
Jonathon is worried that Kevin's legs still aren't quite right, so he's taking his little mate back to see Scott for a checkup.
Really hoping that he's actually just going to be fine and there won't be much more to do. But it is a little bit nerve-wracking. I've never had to deal with any sort of serious injury in the past, so it is a little bit nerve-wracking.
Come on, mate. Off to see Scott.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
This is Ethel.
Oh, she's really cute. Wow, she's in pretty terrible condition, isn't she?
Bit of a scabby genetic mess, aren't you, darling?
Back in Richmond, Scott is introducing rescue dog Ethel to nurses Regan and Sam.
It won't be a surprise to you to know that she's come from the puppy farming trade. She and a few others were rescued.
The 3-year-old pug cross is suffering from severe breathing problems caused by genetic abnormalities.
I can't believe this is still happening, really. And when we know so much about it and people are still putting money into this industry, it's just crazy.
So I'll leave you guys to get you ready for surgery. I'll go get changed, all right?
Cool.
See you in a sec. Ethel, as a case, just really upsets me. Why was she ever bred in the first place? Because the condition that she's suffering with is genetically inherited. She's suffering, so why would you spread that suffering to other puppies? Let's give her the anaesthetic and start having a look down the back of her throat. Because Ethel is a pug-type breed, a brachycephalic or flat-faced dog, she doesn't have much of a nose, and so a lot of the structures that are present at the back of the nose in a longer faced dog are shunted into the back of the throat. And what you can clearly see now that Ethel's on the table is that her soft palate is sort of flapping in the breeze like a curtain in an open window and going right down and into the larynx. That means that every breath she takes, she will sort of swallow that part of her soft palate, and that leads to that incredible noise. So as soon as we tube her, you'll find this noise will go away. And there, the sound of silence. Okay, good girl. So let's get her next door and get started. The procedure I'm about to perform on Ethel is basically the shortening of the soft palate, but also performing a alarplasty, which is basically widening of the nostrils. So what I need is for you to hold the soft palate out the way. So I'm going to place 2 stay sutures in. You hold these 2 sutures and then you can lean on me for support and I'll then trim the soft palate accordingly.
Cool.
Get you to on either side.
Yep.
Like that, that's it. So there's the soft palate, that's the bit that's going down our little girl's throat, and that's the bit that I need to trim. If you give that quite a bit of tension, you have to put your elbows on my shoulders, it's absolutely fine.
Okay.
There we go. Oof. A bit of disgusting smelling smoke, and that's a very chunky piece of soft palate. What you can see is by removing that flap, you've now got an open airway, because you can see that that is basically like trimming the curtain, so the curtain's not going down the window anymore. The window is nice and open. You're getting lovely airflow. So I'm just going to oversew that. If you just release now, and we'll have a little look.
Wow, that really is such a difference.
Yeah, actually you can see a larynx.
Yeah.
Good, okay, so that's part 1. So now we're going to do something called an alarplasty, which is changing the shape of the nostrils. In this case, I'm doing that in order to increase the nostril size and therefore get more airflow going into her nostrils, more oxygen, therefore she should be able to breathe quieter and exercise better. See how much that's opened up? Here we go. There is Ethel's new nose.
Ethel's new nose.
And not a bad looking one at that.
It's a lot bigger, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Let's wake this girl up. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Hello, baby. Hello. Guinness Book of Records for that tongue. Look at that. You can lick your own forehead. Like that's incredible. But listen to you. I
Can't hear anything.
Exactly. That's my point. Yeah. What's incredible about this particular procedure is that literally straight after the surgery, you will see, or rather hear, a massive difference. And this dog should hopefully breathe a lot quieter and a lot easier. Have a little nap, start organising that spa treatment. Yeah? Lovely bath for you, I think. Yes, before you head off. Good girl.
Hey, buddy. Off to see Scott.
In St Margaret's, Jonathon and his little mate, 11-month-old Kevin, are arriving to see Scott.
Morning, Jonathon.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, good. Hello, Kev.
Oh, isn't he cute?
He's a legend, isn't he? So his knee's still causing him some concern?
A little bit. I mean, the limp's gone, but he's a little bit laboured on the back leg, so it'd be interesting to see what you think today, to be honest.
Come on then, let's go.
Cool. I am very worried. Yeah, he doesn't look too great on his back legs. His movement's not the same as it was before, so I'm a little bit nervous as to what Scott might find.
So you say laboured.
Yeah, it just doesn't look the same as what it was prior to the injury. I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it just doesn't look quite right.
Okay, well, I suppose he's a very young boy, so he should be very fluid in his movements. It should be
Yeah.
effortless for him to jump and run.
It seems like more of a waddle on the back legs.
Right. Previously, when I examined Kevin, it was clear that he'd injured his left leg and his kneecap was popping out very, very easily. You could barely have to touch it for it to pop out. The kneecap normally sits in a groove, and in some cases it's a little bit shallow and it pops out whenever the knee is bent. Good boy. So let me just have a little feel. Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah. Just feel this side as well. Oh, gosh. Ooh, okay. The last time the left leg was popping out.
Right.
And it's still doing the same thing, but the right leg is now doing the same.
Right.
So literally, I'm feeling his knees, goes pop, pop. It just keeps doing that. It's just
Right.
without even touching them. And then when he straightens his leg,
Right.
it flicks back.
I see him stretching a lot, actually.
He's stretching a lot.
Stretching them a lot, yeah. He
Yeah.
puts them out back and...
There you go. See, he's learned how to pop them in himself.
Right, okay.
Which is so clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cats, eh? Amazing.
Yeah.
Dislocating patella is a congenital condition, which was most likely aggravated when Kevin had his mysterious fall.
Very uncommon in cats. It's more common in dogs that have really bowed legs.
Right.
And the longer that his knees pop out like that, the more rubbing on the cartilage, which is the protective surface of the joints, the more likely he'll then develop arthritis later in life because the cartilage is worn away.
Yeah, okay.
And we don't want that.
No, of course not, yeah.
So we kind of have to act now. It's unfortunate, but I think he's young, he's strong, he's healthy. So I think it's just let's get it done and move forward.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might sound crazy to perform surgery on both knees. Essentially, it's making a relatively active cat disabled for a little while, but it is all in his best interest because it does mean that he'll only have to go through one recovery period. And really, it is just a case of taking one step backwards before moving forwards. Hey, mate.
All right, mate.
What do you think about that? He's like, that sounds awful.
I wouldn't be too excited, personally. I'm pretty nervous, but he's in good hands with Scott, so I'm sure he'll be okay.
Trying to say goodbye to Daddy?
Bye,
Big
mate.
cuddle. Hey.
Oh, be good. Love ya.
Boy.
Find it! Come on! Flora, come on!
In Isleworth, local Vicar Ali is braving the cold to exercise her beloved border terrier, Flora.
Good girl!
Flora's about to have her 4th birthday, and we've had her since she was 9 weeks old.
Good girl! Leave it! Leave good girl!
She makes us laugh the whole time, and we say, you can't possibly be miserable with Flora around because she just makes us smile and makes us laugh. I don't know, Flora, what are we going to do with you?
But while Flora's an angel around the house, she turns into a little devil whenever she encounters other dogs outside.
She'll take on anything if she's scared of it.
Ali says Flora's once friendly personality changed 2 years ago when her and her husband made the move from Cambridge to Isleworth.
When we moved here, Flora started barking at the windows. And then gradually, when I took her outside, that sort of reaction started to transfer itself onto just about any dog she saw.
Good girl. You don't need to be frightened because there are no other dogs here, sweetie.
Flora's antisocial behaviour is taking its toll on friendly, outgoing Ali.
Something that Flora should be able to enjoy, like going for a walk, is so stressful for both of us. And the number of times that I've come back from a walk almost in tears because she has reacted so badly.
Ali now realises she needs professional help for her little dog and has asked Scott to make a home visit.
I'm hoping that Scott might come for a walk with us and see her react, and that he then may be able to give me some strategies for actually helping her to become more comfortable with other dogs. And I just want Flora to be able to go for a walk without being so overwhelmed by fear of other dogs all the time.
Where's it gone?
Mate, not only have you got to go through 2 knee surgeries, he's got to wear a bright pink bandage.
At the St Margaret's Practice, 11-month-old Kevin is being prepped for major surgery on both his back knees.
So we can just give him his anaesthetic now. You ready?
Nurse Nathan will be assisting Scott with the surgery on the young cat.
Good boy.
With this surgery, it's a complicated one, it's a painful one, and it has a long recovery period. And without the surgery, eventually his knees will seize up, he'll be in too much pain, then he'll start getting osteoarthritis, and he'll basically be an old man in a young cat's body.
Nurses Regan and Alicia are also assisting.
How undignified.
Okay, good job. Right, let's have a little look. So you can just see, so there's his kneecap there. And so you can just see that? It's pretty gross, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like that. That's horrible.
And this one's actually worse. So you can just see it's out and then pop.
Yeah.
Now that Kevin's under anaesthetic, you can really see the severity of the dislocation of his patella, his kneecap. You just know that this cat is in pain every single step he takes.
And then it goes all the way up before it goes clunk.
It's funny because it's a condition you normally see in smaller dogs, isn't it, rather than cats?
Absolutely. Small, bow-legged dogs.
So does he show the classic signs of skipping, or...?
He doesn't. Instead, it's more like a cowboy trying to run in those boots.
Looks more like you dancing.
Yeah, you don't look like me dancing, mate. That is not a good look. You saw me at the Christmas party.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, then. Let's get on with the surgery then, shall we?
Today I'm going to be performing a trochleoplasty on Kevin, and that just means the remodelling of the groove that the knee sits in, basically deepening it, and so the knee will stay where it's supposed to and not dislocate.
It is quite a complicated surgery, but a rewarding one when you get it right. I'm just taking a section of the important articular cartilage away. I'm going to put that to one side, kind of deepen the groove further, and then I'm going to put it back.
This surgery does require a lot of concentration, and you are using quite large, scary, sharp kit, so you do need to make sure that you have your wits about you and you keep working at it until you get the perfect result.
So now I've just replaced the wedge back into the groove, and I've got a couple of millimetres of ridge on either side now. So what that's going to do is almost bumper the patella into that groove and keep it there.
Scott is now doing the same procedure on Kevin's other knee.
So there's the trochlear groove. Okay, you can actually see at the top there, it's quite flat indeed.
Now I've got the second stifle joint, the knee, open. I can see that it's equally shallow as the first, so it's very clear that this surgery was required on both legs, and I think Kevin in 6 weeks' time will be happy that I've done it all on one day.
It's okay, I know.
Kevin will recover overnight at the practice and will hopefully be ready to go home tomorrow.
All right. Oh, I know. Oh, it's tough, isn't it? Okay, buddy. Sleep it off. All right? Good boy. Good boy.
Hi, Scott. Lovely to see you.
And you. I'm looking forward to meet Flora.
Yes, and Flora's looking forward to meeting you, so come on in.
Thank you very much.
In Isleworth, Scott is answering
Here she
Vicar
is.
Ali's
Here's Flora.
SOS about her antisocial dog,
she's-
Flora.
Positively vicious, isn't she? Hello.
Flora.
Hello, baby. How are you?
While Scott's getting a warm welcome, Flora has been demonstrating a dramatic change of personality around
Okay.
other dogs.
So far, so good. You seem perfectly well balanced and perfectly calm, but
I hear that all is not well when she ventures out of the rectory, is that right?
No, that's right. So when we go outside, she will turn into a lunging, growling, snarling heap.
Ooh, you can hardly imagine it, looking at it now.
It's quite scary.
And when did all that start?
Basically, we lived in a small village of 3,000 people. She was fine with all of the other dogs in the village, apart from one, which was a Rottweiler who didn't like puppies. And each time we met this Rottweiler in the village, she dived for my legs.
Right. Wow, how frightening for you and for her.
It was very frightening, yeah. Not long after we moved here, she started reacting to other dogs because there is a Rottweiler that lives just down the street, a few doors down. Gorgeous, beautiful, gentle dog.
As generally they are.
Yes, but she's Flora's archenemy. And Flora
Have you got a nemesis, have you?
She does have a nemesis, and she goes absolutely berserk when this nemesis goes past.
But interesting already that you say that in her history she had a Rottweiler that she didn't like.
Yes.
That we have an anxious dog
Yep.
and we have an anxious mum.
Yeah.
And that is not a great combination.
No.
Because if she starts feeling nervous about something, you feel the same way. I think it's not healthy for either of you.
No, and I'm aware of that. So it would be great if we could get her to the point where actually she's happy and I'm happy.
Yeah, let's get to work. But first, I need to see you at your worst.
So, Scott, what I've been doing so far is when we go out, I have a yellow lead for her, which says, I need space.
Right.
And
subtle. As is.
I wear a yellow vest, which says, my dog needs space. From my online research, I discovered yellow vests that we can both wear. It was a last resort because I didn't really know how else to communicate to other people, to ask them to keep their dogs away. And some people have been really, really unhelpful.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a problem.
But does that lead to Flora having absolutely no social interaction whatsoever?
Yes.
Which isn't healthy either.
No.
Now that I've met and understood what Flora's problems have been in the past and what kind of dog she is inside the house, I do need to unleash the beast. I do need to allow her to go outside to meet other dogs and observe the behaviour. So, Ali, how do you feel whenever you leave the house?
Often, Scott, I feel quite nervous when I'm opening the door because I never know what dog might be going past.
And it doesn't take long before Flora shows her true colours.
Come on, this way.
Good girl.
In Isleworth, Scott is witnessing the dramatic personality change in Flora when she encounters other dogs during her daily walks with Anna Ali. Flora becomes particularly agitated whenever she sees big, gentle Rottweiler Grace, who lives just down the road.
You can see that Flora's hackles are raising. She starts to gnash her teeth. She's pulling on the lead. And Ali looks quite stressed and quite nervous as well. So you can really see that this situation is escalating and it is becoming a really aggressive and angry affair.
Yeah. So that was quite a violent reaction, wasn't it?
It certainly was, yes.
And is that normal?
Yes, that's pretty much...
So that's your everyday walk in the park life, is that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. We've got quite a bit to work on, Mrs. That is incredibly antisocial.
It is such a massive shock to see Flora, a very affable, friendly girl, just turn into this aggressive beast. I mean, she's gnashing her teeth like she wants to rip this Rottweiler to shreds. It's just such a shame that she can't control her emotions and fear is leading to aggression. And it's just unpleasant. It's unpleasant for her and unpleasant for Ali.
Lot to take in today. So what we need to do is to work on her anxiety. So I'm going to ask you to come into the practice and we're going to look at a few different things that we can use to try and reduce her anxiety from a medical and behavioural standpoint.
Yep.
First things first, we're going to ditch this because that makes me stressed just looking at it. I don't think it is going to help you or her. I think it's going to make other people more anxious.
Yes.
I need to get you to enjoy this dog again. I need you to drop your shoulders and relax and smile a bit more.
Okay.
And tell yourself it's an enjoyable activity to walk your dog. And I think all you think about is
oh my goodness, what she's going to do today. Who is she going to lunge for today?
Yeah.
I need to go, this is going to be great. It's going to be really positive and happy. Be relaxed, be calm, and transfer that positive energy through the lead.
Through the lead to her.
Scott's been really encouraging today. He's given me real hope that actually we can get to the place where Flora and I can enjoy our walks and they can be happy experiences for both of us.
It's a plan.
Yep.
All we can do is onward and upward.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, good girl.
How are you feeling today, Ethel? You doing well?
In Richmond, rescue pug cross Ethel is recovering well from her throat and nose surgery to correct her noisy breathing.
Come on then, let's get you bathed. There's a good girl. Hey? Here you go. Here you go. Look at it.
Oh, you are here. I couldn't hear you.
Nurse Jess and practice manager Maz are now going to give the little rescue dog some much-needed TLC.
Is that nice?
Is it? Oh, thanks.
Ethel's responding really well to all the affection and attention. I think she's really coming round to us all and getting used to a better life compared to what she came from.
You better get used to these, because once you get out and about in the park, bet you're one who's gonna run in the mud. Aren't you? You're gonna find the muddiest puddle. We thought it'd be really nice to give her a little treat, a little bath, smell a bit nicer, make her fresh and beautiful, all ready for her new forever home that she's getting to go to. There we go. Oh, that's all right, see?
It's nice, see?
Upstairs, Ethel's foster carer Rowena has arrived to collect her.
I'm so excited to get her home, not only for us, we get to see how she is and, play at home and see how she's doing, but I'm very excited to meet her new potential home and hopefully they'll be taking her soon.
Hello, here she is.
Hello, little one. She's like, who are you? I can barely recognise you with your new face. Oh, no. Hello.
So she's done so well since the surgery. Not only has it made a massive difference, as you can hear, to her breathing, and that she's not making hardly any noise now, which is wonderful, but also transformation in her personality. Like, she's really come out of a shell,
really,
just
that's amazing
being with us for such a short period of time, and you're really getting a bit waggier and a bit happier and certainly breathing better. So
that's
emotional
so good to
and
hear.
physical results. So yeah.
Well done, Ethel, and well done all of you.
I really feel today is the start of a new chapter for Ethel. She's had a terrible start in life. It's literally had her puppyhood robbed from her. She hasn't had access to the great outdoors. She hasn't had medical treatment. She hasn't had love. And now we've been able to treat all of those particular issues and work on her shyness and her emotional side. And hopefully now she'll be a happy, healthy, well-adjusted dog that can go off and enjoy life.
I couldn't do anything about the tongue, however, because she has a massive tongue and a tiny mouth, so she'll always have her little tongue tip, won't you, sweetie? But hopefully now everything is as good as it can be for her to find a new home.
It's amazing, that's so exciting. I'm sure she's very excited too. Probably don't realise it now.
All right.
You're not going to want to leave.
Bye, Ethel. See you later, Rowena.
Thank you so
care.
much.
Bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye, girls.
At the St Margaret's Practice, Jonathon is returning to collect his little mate Kevin a day after his double knee operation.
Look forward to seeing Daddy. Yeah, big one.
Massively excited to see him. It's only been a night, but it's felt like forever, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thank you.
Who's
How
that?
is he?
Yeah, good. Is that your daddy? Wow. Yeah. He's done so well.
Look at you.
Shall we show Daddy your crazy legs?
Please.
Shall we? Hey. So he's got two leg dressing. He's not that impressed by.
I'm sure he's not. Mate.
So.
Oh, you poor thing.
So he's got two leopard skin bandages on, as you can see, but that's just supporting the knees whilst they're trying to heal.
Okay.
And also because I have a sense with him that he'll just want to get up and go straight away.
He will, yeah.
And we need to kind of keep him a bit calmer and a bit quieter. And
Sure.
the best way to do that is by having dressings which are a little bit cumbersome, which have a benefit to his knees, but also will just kind of keep him that little bit quieter.
Sure, okay.
Hey, mate.
Kevin will need to be housebound for 6 weeks and will also have physiotherapy to help his legs heal.
He's a trooper, yeah. He's quite resilient. It's clear that he's quite resilient. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll have no problems in recovering.
Such a good little patient. Yes, you are. It just goes to the resilience of cats. He's just like, well, you know, where's my dad?
Yeah,
you know,
get me home.
Get me home. Give me some more love. And this is a tip for the future of getting him in a box.
Sure.
Always put a cat in backwards.
Okay.
All right. And then you're about to make it happen. Good boy. That's it.
There he is.
Scott will check on Kevin's progress in 6 weeks.
He's been prescribed a lot of fuss, a lot of rough scratching, so that's exactly what we'll be getting over the next few weeks.
All right, then. See you
Thanks,
later.
Scott. Much appreciated.
No worries.
Thank
All right,
you.
we'll see you very shortly.
Okay.
We'll see how he's getting on. Hey, mate, we'll get those off very soon, I promise. All right, take care, John.
Thank you. Cheers.
See ya. Bye.
Come on then, Flora, we're going to go see Scott. This way. Good girl, Flora.
Morning, Ali.
In Isleworth, Ali and her nervous border terrier Flora have arrived at the practice to check in with Scott.
Is she being a good girl?
She's being a good girl, at home.
Yes.
Not quite so good outside.
The last time I saw Ali and Flora's behaviour, well, it really was quite upsetting and it really was taking a toll on poor Ali. So I've asked them both to come into the practice. We're going to try and work through a few strategies to try and see if we can get them on the right track.
What I wanted to do is to go through a few things that would just help to try and just calm her down, because we know she's quite an anxious dog. So one thing is some medication. Now, it's not like an antidepressant, which we can use in dogs. This one just helps us sort of have a nice and calm and relaxed, so that in this period where we are trying to retrain her, recondition her to actually enjoy the company of other dogs, just takes the edge off a little bit. All right?
That sounds really good.
So that's first things first. And the second one is basically like a plug-in that you would use to have a lovely smell in your house. But you won't be able to smell this, but Flora can. And this will sort of pervade into your house. And so Flora, whenever she's home, will feel really relaxed, really calm, very zen. And hopefully, again, that would just reduce any stress levels that she's feeling.
But the main reason Scott has invited Ali and Flora to the practice is for another strategy he's keen to try.
But first things first, it's all about socialising, okay? So today I've got a little visitor.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I'm going to be introducing her to our boy Branston, who's a really calm, relaxed dog. And hopefully, if all goes well, take them on a walk together. And on one side, you're going to be in the corner, happy, smiley, excited mum with lots of treats ready to go, getting her attention, and we're just going to see what happens.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
I'm slightly nervous because I don't really know how Flora might react, and I'm really aware that this is somebody else's dog, and I don't want Flora to react badly.
Flora, what have I got? What's this?
Lots of positivity, Ali, lots of happiness.
Yes, what have I got? What have I got here?
Branston,
Good girl,
sit,
Flora.
sit. Good boy.
Look, I've got treats for you. Good girl.
If you just move a little bit closer to us.
Good girl. Good girl.
We're going to try and do something that I know that you haven't done since you've been in Isleworth, which is to have two dogs off lead together.
Off
Ready?
lead.
Don't look so frightened. Nice and calm. Good girl, Flora.
Good
girl. So you let Flora
Flora.
off the lead. That's it. Branston, come.
Such a good girl.
Oh, good girl.
Good girl,
Oh,
Flora.
wow. It's so exciting. Hello,
Good girl,
everyone.
Flora.
Yeah.
By using the treats with Flora and making her sit and keeping her focused on me, Scott was able to bring Branston in, and Flora completely ignored both of them.
So when's the last time you saw her this close to a dog off lead?
A long time,
Yeah.
8 months.
Wow.
And that ended up in a fight.
Good girl. Oh, she's a good, brave girl. Yes, she is. Well done. It's because she gets fearful. But if we can see off the fear with positivity and food, then we can make things so much better. And this is good. Just to have them in the
Okay.
same room, off the lead, is a massive step forward.
Yes.
So now I think what we'll do is we'll go and enjoy the snowy weather of Isleworth together, shall we?
Let's have a go, yeah. Let's do
Have our
that.
first his and hers dog walk.
Excellent, we'll do that, yes.
Come on then, do you want to go for a walk?
For Ali, up till now, it's been all about isolation and stepping away from the situation.
There we go, good dogs. Well done.
But me, I'm a positive person, I'm a social person, and that's exactly what I want for Ali and Flora. So hopefully that little bit of positivity sprinkled over the situation will make a big difference.
That's a good girl.
Good dog, Branston. But she likes food, and that's very helpful.
Yes, she does like food.
Yeah.
That's a good girl.
I know we're sort of bribing our way into this situation, but actually for you to be able to walk this close to another dog is a first for a while, isn't it?
It certainly is. We haven't done this for a long time.
I wouldn't exactly say that Flora is loving Branston's company, but she's tolerating it, and that is a massive step forward for this upset little dog.
Oh, Flora, you're such a clever girl, aren't you?
Good girl, Flora. Well done.
Flora.
Good girl.
Well
So you can walk near a dog. Hey?
So with a lot of positive reinforcement and some calming medication, I am really hopeful that things in a few weeks' time should be really improved.
Well done. That's excellent.
That's such a good girl,
Really good.
Flora.
At Scott's Richmond Practice, vet nurse Regan is bringing in one of her own pets for a checkup.
Hello.
Hiya.
All right.
Good, how are you?
Good. What have you got in the pillowcase?
And receptionist Kirsty is intrigued.
So this is my corn snake.
Okay.
His name is Allard. I got him a few months ago and I just brought him in to see Nathan and
that's a good idea.
see what he says and show him off to everyone.
Oh, he's really cute. Can I maybe hold him?
Of course you can.
Is that right?
Put him around your neck.
Oh, lovely.
Allard is a corn snake. They're quite a common breed of snake to have as a pet. They're very placid.
It's actually quite warm, so I thought it'd be really cold.
My first pet was a leopard gecko when I was 6. So I've always had a thing about reptiles. I think they're fascinating.
Ooh.
There we go.
Well, that was different anyway.
I'm bringing him in to see Nathan, who does know quite a lot about reptiles and snakes. Right, let's go give Nathan a surprise. Just because I'm slightly concerned that he hasn't eaten in a few weeks, and I just want to make sure that there's nothing wrong with him.
Oh, hiya.
Hey.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Something with a pause, but...
Yeah, no, not today. No legs today. Yeah, this is my snake, Allard.
What have you brought Allard in today for?
Well, he hasn't eaten in about 3 weeks. He's very lively in his tank, which I haven't seen him be before. So he's constantly out. He's never under his log. He's always out and about. And I was sort of just wondering if that means something or if he's ill or I don't know, just a bit worried about
Just a little bit concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're used to animals such as cats and dogs, and when they stop eating, we do worry. But reptiles are very different. Sometimes it can be the heat inside the vivarium. It's not quite hot enough, or it could be that the humidity is wrong. But sometimes it could be as simple as I need to find a friend. Given the time of year it is, I just want to check whether he is just a little bit randy. So this time of year, when it's warmer, it sets off a trigger, which is mating season. And this is what I think Allard's up to. Now, I know we've called him a him.
Yeah.
Have you had this checked out?
No, I haven't. I don't know if the previous owners have.
To confirm whether Allard's lack of appetite is related to an overactive male sex drive, Nathan needs to check that he definitely is a boy.
So the way we sex snakes is to put a probe up there.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'd ask you to hold Allard for a minute. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my probes with me. So I'm going to use something gentle, but also something that will do the job as well. So I need to go underneath this scale here. The further it goes up the tail means it's a boy. If it doesn't go up quite so far, this is a girl.
So what's the verdict?
It's a boy.
Okay. Good, I'm really glad.
Given the season and now obviously his sex, I think at the moment he is just concentrating on finding a mate.
So yeah, he's just a bit lonely, looking for a girlfriend, which is quite relieving for me to know that there's nothing too serious going on with him.
What I would say is it might take a few months for Allard to calm down.
Okay.
Weigh him, make sure that he's not losing any weight.
Okay.
But I'm not too concerned at the moment.
It's great to have someone like Nathan in the practice that is so knowledgeable on reptiles, so I can just kind of ask him whenever I need to if I've got any problems, and he's always got the answers. Well, thanks, Nathan.
That's okay.
He wants a girlfriend.
He wants a girlfriend.
Sorry, Allard. We can't sign you up to Tinder just yet.
It's 6 weeks since young cat Kevin had surgery on both hind knees, and Scott has arrived to check on his progress.
Hey, Jonathon, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah,
Nice to see
good.
you.
Really looking forward to seeing Kevin.
Come on in.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Here's the boy. Hello, Kev. How are you, mate? And Jonathon, very impressed. You've been very good.
Following
Keeping
doctor's
him in his
orders.
crate. Following doctor's orders. Good to see. Hello, champ. And you're raring to go, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good boy. Hello, mate. Wow. Oh, lovely big stretch. Yes. Hey. I mean, he still looks bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
But walking really nicely, isn't he? Yeah. I mean, how do you feel he's been getting on?
It feels like nothing ever happened to him, to be honest. To look at him now, it doesn't look like there's any sort of adverse effects of it at all.
Let's have a little look at you. Can I have a little look? Good boy. Good boy. Let's have a feel. Okay, so that knee is sitting exactly where it's supposed to. What I can pick up now is that just basically the kneecaps are staying in the groove. Before, they were just popping in and out with the bands, and every time you bent his knee, it would pop out and then it would go back in when it was straight. But now they seem to be sitting in nicely, much more stability and hopefully much more comfort as a result. So
good.
I think what's shown today is that actually Kevin's done incredibly well. He's responded beautifully to the surgery. The knees feel great, but right now, I'm just glad to see that these two are still happy and comfortable and still great mates. Yes, he's obviously frustrated. He's normally the man about town, and at the moment he's a cat in a cage.
Yeah, best thing for him though, right?
Absolutely. But just to see him walking so comfortably and just getting around the flat again, and hopefully going to mean that his future's bright and he'll be marauding the roads around here for some time in the future.
Good.
Scott is also checking up on antisocial dog Flora, who belongs to the local vicar.
Well, hello there, Ali. How are you?
Hi, Scott. I'm fine.
Great to see you. You look very relaxed.
Thank you.
Even better, how relaxed and calm are you? With dogs just there. Look. What a leap you've made since I last saw you.
Yeah, she is working hard and I'm working hard too. And I think maybe one big difference is that I'm making much more of a conscious effort to be more relaxed when I'm out with her.
And it shows. I'd say that she's staring lovingly at Big Al, but she's staring lovingly at the pocket of your friend with the treats in it.
Who's sitting? Al sit?
I think that's probably the case, yes.
Yeah. But hey, we'll take it, because
We will.
eventually just being around other dogs and being calm will pay off. It might be that she goes, you know what, Big Al and treats in equal measure I quite like.
Yeah, indeed.
Look forward to that day.
Yeah, it's very impressive. So here's your treat. Now, you're going to let me give Big Al a treat. Good
Oh,
boy,
wow.
Big Al.
Very good sharing,
girl,
Flora. What a transformation, hey?
Indeed, yes, it is.
Actually enjoying the reason why you got a dog in the first place.
Yes.
Is to be social and to be outdoors.
Yes, indeed.
Now that I've seen Flora in action and she's doing so well, as is the very calm and assured Ali, I think the ultimate test is exposing her to the lovely Grace. See what happens.
Grace is a local Rottweiler, and Flora has always reacted violently to the big, gentle dog.
I don't expect her and Grace to be best pals. I just want you to be able to walk down your street with Grace in the other direction and her not kicking off. That's
Okay.
all I want.
Great.
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. I feel a little bit nervous and anxious, but I'm happy to give it a go. Come on then.
Good girl.
Come on
That's
then.
it.
Good
So when we
girl.
see Grace, we can
Come
just
on
get her
then.
attention. Good girl, Flora. I
sit.
know. And then sit.
Good
girl. She's not
Good girl,
perfect, but you
Flora.
know what? This is just a few weeks.
Yeah.
A massive seismic shift from
It
what
is,
it was
definitely.
before. Because what Flora did then was she clocked Grace. She went, oh, there's Grace. Let's go and tell her off. And then immediately goes, I'd rather have treats than be a bit aggro.
Yeah.
And that's such a win.
Good.
Such a win. So
Oh.
well done.
Well, thank you.
Amazing.
That's brilliant.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. I'm so proud of Ali and Flora. This duo were quite quite fearful and antisocial in a lot of ways. And now they're joyful, they're outdoors again and just enjoying the company of each other and of other dogs. And I just think it's been an incredible journey and a great result. Well, after that, I think we need to celebrate. So let's go for another leisurely walk to the pub.
That sounds like a good idea.
Come on.
Come on, sweetie.
Good girl. Well done.